Come on. Welcome all. This is Saranya from Computer Science and Engineering Department of Vigyan Institute of Information and Technology. In the previous class, we discussed the scalable computing over the internet and the technology for network system and the system models for distributed systems. So, in the previous class, we discussed like how the resources are increased or decreased based on the client requirement and how the technology will help to the distributed system to increase the performance to the systems to get the smoother services to the massive users of internet users as well as the system model designing. So, now I am going to teach you the topic called the software environment for distributed systems and the clouds. See, discuss the software requirements or the environments. We have these the things we are going to discuss. These are the concepts involved, the software requirements. One is the service oriented architecture and the next one is the trends towards the distributed operating system and the next one is the parallel and distributed programming models. Okay. So, in the service oriented architecture, we are going to discuss in the further units deeply. Now, I am going to give brief explanation about the service oriented architecture. See, in the service oriented architecture, both service consumer and service providers involves. First of all, service oriented architecture involves the or maintain the communication between the two softwares. If you want to maintain the communication between the two softwares, then the role of the service oriented architecture takes place. For example, these two are the softwares, that is the service consumer is the one software and the service provider is also another software. To maintain the communication in between these two software, service oriented architecture role takes place. This service consumer sends the service request to the service provider. So, the request calls the service function there in the service provider. The service function is the well defined function which does not depend on the any status of the current situation. So, service consumer is the software and the service provider is also a software. We have to maintain the communication between the both of them. So, then the time service oriented architecture takes place. So, service consumer sends the request to the service provider. It receives the request from the service consumer and it processes and sends the service response to the service consumer. Meanwhile, what happens in this whole scenario? Okay, service consumer sends the request, right? So, this request call the service function inside the service provider. This function is the well defined function for the to do the process of the service request which are coming from the service consumer. Okay, this service function is the independent. It does not depend on the any status of the other services. Okay, so it serves the request and sends the response. So, service consumer has the some roles like what is the exact response will come from the service provider. It has to be analyzed. It has to be need to know what response will come to the sending request. So, it has to be analyze the request. What is the response I may get. For example, in real time scenario, I would like to give one real time scenario. For example, I want to buy one mobile phone, okay, through the e-commerce websites. I given keyword like the mobile phones under the 15K, like the keyword I have given, okay. So, the keyword taken by the website and some background process happening in the background scenario. It gives the appropriate results like appropriate mobile phone responses, like these are the things related to the 15,000 mobile phone. So, based on the responses, based on the output, I am going to choose like if I want to have the more memory based on my requirement, I have to choose. So, what happens here is the service consumer service provider. So I told the example like I given keyword to the computer. Okay, there is the interaction between the human and the person, but the software oriented architecture deals with the software to software. It deals the interaction between the software to software, but here human and laptop, for example human and laptop. So background process, something happened, it gives the results below 15,000 mobile phones. What happens in the background scenario? It is like the keyword taken by the website and gives to the databases or other servers. Like a way, there are number of servers to interconnect the database and gives the response from the other servers, and it gives the response to the end user. So there is the number of servers, number of softwares in between the end user result, right? So there is the way the role of the software architecture involves. Like a way, see, there are number of like technologies or concepts are involved in the service oriented architecture. One is the CORBA and the RMI and the web services. These service oriented architecture mainly implemented in the web services. I already told you in the e-commerce website na. So there is the main role in the web services only. Okay, see, CORBA and the RMI, these are the two technologies used in the Java programming to maintain the communication among the distributed operating system. CORBA means the Common Object Request Broker Architecture. This is the one type of the framework which allows you to maintain the collaboration between the two different environments. Like one operating system is the Linux, another operating system is the Windows. So to maintain the communication among these two, so the CORBA will takes place. The role of the CORBA will takes place here. And the RMI is the remote method invocation. Okay, remote method invocation is also a framework which is used to develop the distributed environment apps in the Java. Okay, Java programming, in the Java programming language we develop the distributed applications in the Java programming language. Okay, so we will see in the example. So this is the raw data. By processing the raw data, we are going to get the data. By processing the data, we get the information. By processing the information, we get the knowledge. By processing the knowledge, we get the wisdom. By processing the wisdom, we get the decision. Okay, in real time scenario, I would like to say like one database having the raw data, like it's having the flowers names and animals names and the human names and pets names, all the information there in the database. I would like to process that raw data, like I want to segregate the flowers names as one data and the pet names and the animals names, like that I have to segregate. So I apply some process on the raw data, like a raw data and animal data and whatever the data like pet names, persons names, so I segregated. So that is the data. After applying the process, after processing this data, I am going to get the information. That is the, so in the flower data, there are number of flower names will be there, like number of flowers details will be there, like roses will be there, like lilies will be there, jasmine will be there, like a way orchids will be there. So different flowers details will be there. Okay, so after the perform some processing on the data, I want to extract the particular flower name, like I want to extract the rose, particular rose information. So I apply the flower data, like I process the flower data, so I get the rose, particular flower is rose is the flower. Okay, so that information I am going to get. Okay, so after this processing of the information, I get the knowledge about the information which I am getting after the processing of the data. I am going to process it again. So then I am get the knowledge of the particular information. Okay, so I am going to get the information like rose is in the red color, like rose is in the yellow color, different types of the colors will be there na. So I will get the knowledge about the particular information. Okay, so based on that knowledge I am going to get the wisdom. What the wisdom I get the, so roses are different colors and different sizes, different shapes, this kind of wisdom I am going to get. So that wisdom, what will happen based on the wisdom, I am going to take the decision, like based on the information, the knowledge I will get. So based on the knowledge I am going to get the wisdom. Okay, based on the wisdom I am going to take the decision whether I have to use for the beautification, or whether I have to use for myself, or I have to give to some others. Based on the wisdom I get from the previous steps, I will take the decision. Okay, this is the software service oriented architecture detail. Okay, next topic is the trends towards the distributed operating system. Okay, these are the trending operating system currently used in the distributed operating environment. Okay, so Omega and DCE as the open source and Mosix 2. So Amigo is the one of the operating system. It is written in the C and tested in the European Community language, and the DCE is the open source platform which we can, the code also available in the internet. Okay, Mosix is the Linux format of the distributed operating system. Then we are able to develop the grids type of the clusters. Okay, next is the parallel and distributed programming models. Okay, so there are number of scenarios how we are going to maintain the programs parallelly in a distributed environment. See, these are the elements involved to run a program in a distributed environment concurrently at a same time. Those are the message passing interface and MapReduce and the Hadoop library. The last two are the big data tools, and this is one is the message passing interface is the standard library. So this interface used for the develop the programs to run the programs concurrently in a distributed environment. Okay, this MapReduce is the software framework. Okay, this software framework used to allow the users developing and design the programs and run in the distributed environment. It also allows the users to deal with the huge amount of data, and MapReduce is work in the two phases, map and the reduce. This is the map involves with the task of the map is it deals with the splitting and the mapping of the similar kind of data, and reduce is meant for the reduce deals with the reduce the data which by shuffling in a database. Okay, this is the next tool is the Hadoop library. Hadoop library is also a tool which allows the users to run and write the application in the distributed environment format. Okay, see, in this diagram, user data and the application operating system hardware. In the high end level, for example, you are sitting in front of the laptop. So you are using the Word and any web browser like a way you are using. So the applications which are used by the end user, and these applications, where these applications are running on the operating system, right? So this is the operating system. Number of operating systems are there, so we can use as our requirement. So this is the where operating system installed in the hardware, right? This is the high level approach, this is the low level approach. Like a way this is the software requirements for the distributed environments in clouds. So the next topic we are going to discuss is the performance, energy and efficiency. We are going to discuss in the next session. Thank you.